Hello everyone, this is Mayank and welcome back to my channel. So today we'll discuss about one more company which is quite popular called Borosil Renewables. So this company is into the manufacturing of solar glass panels and it is India's only company which produces solar glass panels. So we'll discuss more about the company, we'll discuss about future plans, we'll see what kind of opportunity we have in this company, and then we'll discuss the fundamental points as well, all the data points, the sales of past 10 years, quarters and everything. And based on that, we'll come to a decision whether we should invest in stock or not. So let's start one by one all the discussion. But before jumping into all those details, as usual, disclaimer is that this is not my recommendation to buy or sell this particular company or any stock we discuss in this channel. This is just a referential video. If you decide to invest in this company, you can use this video as a reference to study further. But no, don't take it as a recommendation at any point in time. So let's start the discussion first. So they don't have a separate website right now. They have only this particular page for Borosil Renewables. So if you just want to read about the company, then Borosil Renewable is the first and only solar glass manufacturer in India, and they have a plant in Bharuch in Gujarat. Okay, and over the last 5 years, they have been doing solar PV installation. When right now their capacity is 2.4 gigawatt per annum. And if you see in terms of ton per day, it's 500 tons per day is production. Okay, and but right now they're increasing it to 500 more, which is work in progress. And post that, they're spending more money in the expansion, which will add more 1000 tons per day to the capacity. We'll discuss more about the capacity and its impact on the company in a later point in the video. But just to give a conclusion on the how the company expansion, these are the number of points right now. 2.4 gigawatt, that is 500 tons per day, additional 500 tons per day, and then 1000 tons per day. Again, the expansion plan of this company. If you just see what this company does in few details, then this is the world's first fully tempered 2 mm thick solar glass producer, and they have a lot of export market as well. Now if you see, this company has grown export growth of CAGR of 33% in last financial year. This is quite good, and European market is major customer for this company, and they have started successfully supplying their products called 2.0 mm and 2.5 mm fully tempered glass. And as I told, this is world's only company which produces solar panels with this particular configuration of 2 mm or 2.5 mm fully tempered glass. So this is a briefly about company. More details is not produced in the websites. So let's see the few details in terms of the future and the prospect of the company. So I've gone through the con call letter, and if you see for this company, few good points are this, that the custom duty of 40% on import of solar modules and 25% on import of solar cells to be effective from April 1, 2022. That has been announced by Indian government. So these kind of things add a lot of value. Basically, this pushes the lot of procurement of materials from the domestic market when there is a high custom duty levied on this kind of products. So as you told, 40% on glass modules and 20%, 25% on cells. Now this company doesn't produce cells, so sales part we will leave. But if you say modules, this company produces modules. So 40% when import duty is present in the modules. Basically, when I talk about import, this is import from China. So when these things added, so the local manufacturers are putting a lot of pressure or a lot of opportunity in the procurement from local manufacturers, and Borosil Renewables, since it is the only company in India which produces solar glass panels, will be the sole beneficiary. So it's a monopoly company when it comes to this sector. Now, when we talk about sector, we know how we have discussed many times in terms of Tata Power or other companies also, and not only me. If you can find any other channel, any other blogs or wherever, solar is the renewable energy. Particular solar is the energy where the entire country, entire world is moving in a single direction. Companies whoever works on renewable sources, they are getting a lot of traction. Also, companies which are not into solar are getting into solar. Companies like Coal India are also trying to set up solar plants. So this is the sector which is growing for everyone, not only for Borosil Renewables. Now, when a sector grows, when a lot of glass panels, solar panels are installed, when a lot of solar pumps are getting installed, these solar panels need to be procured. And who sells? It's like the big English proverb what we talk about, when all are mining, you sell the soil. So everybody is trying to install a solar panel. So if you sell the solar panel, if you're the only one who is selling the solar panels or the component to create the panels, you will be the sole beneficiary. So this is the concept which works for Borosil Renewable, which worked in the past also, which will work in the future also, until and unless they have a good competitor available in the Indian market. As of now, which is not present. This is what's working in the benefit of the company. Also, government announcement recently came a PLI scheme which is linked to production of more solar modules, and backward integration will be incentivized. So this companies the solar modules, and this will get under PLI scheme as well. So this is a good point for this particular company. Now if you see the capacity wise, the government has planned to set up 100 gigawatts of solar power by 2022 and 300 gigawatt and new target of 300 gigawatts by 2030. So government is pushing a lot for solar installation and depending on solar power generation, and government is trying to push away from import of your fuels from the Middle East, so save money on that import. So this everything put a lot of benefits for the company. If you see, not as I told you, not only this company will get benefited when the solar agenda is propagated in the entire country, other companies which are also in the same business are also getting benefited. If you see, the total annual manufacturing capacity of solar modules in India is 11 gigawatt, out of which 2.1 gigawatts is done by this company itself. Now if you talk about future expansion, we'll discuss it later. So right now 2.5 gigawatts is done by this company, 11 gigawatts done by total in India, and that is very less compared to what is required. Now these companies together has only planned to add 13 gigawatts more. That makes total capacity of 24 gigawatts in next 1 or 2 years, but the company target is to get 100 gigawatts. That's the production is way less than the demand. So you see the channel here, the supply is way less than the demand, and that demand is created by government and not created by some corporate company. And when government gets bullish on something, pushing something in the market, there is a lot of company which gets benefited out of it. So demand supply is way less. That means this company is getting stock sold much faster than its supply. So basically their production capacity is always 100% utilized. In the different parts of this conference call document also I have gone through, they have sold out their entire March 2021 quarter inventory even at the beginning of the quarter. So it's almost entirely sold, and they are utilization of 100% of the factory. And based on this reason only, they are doing further expansion, which is, I told you, 500 tons more per day, and then post that they will set up 2 more plants, which is 1000 tons per day. They will totally, it will be 2000 tons per day, which is total. If you see in terms of gigawatt production, it will produce a total capacity of 5 gigawatt, which this company will produce. But out of 5 gigawatt, this company also do exports. So out of around 20-21% goes for exports, remaining stays in India. So the opportunity of growth is very high when it comes to Borosil Renewables, as I told you. Like 100 gigawatts India is producing, this company does only 5. Yeah. So this is the kind of opportunity this company has, and this all the data is available in terms of the conference call sheet. So you can also go through this and read. In terms of export, this company exports to Turkey, Russia, Middle East, Africa, North and South America, and also this is a good market in domestic sense as well. Now let us discuss the fundamentals of the company. Before the fundamental points, few points which they put highlight on Screener.com. I'll just give a brief to you about all these things. Few things we discussed. This is the sole producer solar glass panel. Graphical segmentation. If you see, 70% percentage of revenue is derived from India, out of which 23% always goes for export, USA, Turkey, Europe and Middle East. But out of this 33%, they've also added SEZs as well. So that SEZs also counted export by this company. So including the SEZ and export to other countries, it's 23%. And this is the manufacturing capacity. If you see, Borosil Renewable had a 40% market share in the solar glass segment. It expanded its glass capacity from 180 tons per day to 450 tons per day, which is equivalent to 2.5 gigawatts of solar modules annually. And as I told you, they are adding more 1500 to it. That means it will go to 10 gigawatts of solar modules annually for this company. So that's the kind of growth this company is envisioning actually. Now if you see more details, what is the risk? The risk is the import of solar glass. As I told you, there is import duty already added on the solar glass panels. If by any chance, if by any political situation comes where they remove this import, that time this company will be in some kind of threat where they get this produced in a cheap rate from countries like Vietnam, Malaysia and China. But likely, since the government is pushing it hard from domestic manufacturers and PLI has been introduced, it is very unlikely the government will take this kind of step where these companies will get hampered and local production will get hampered. The Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan or whatever the agenda what the government is doing, that will get hampered. Is very unlikely to happen. So in that sense, we should not worry about much on that part. Rather, we should worry about the company's fundamentals and company's business and capex plans. So all these plans looks good. I have discussed a longer video, almost 10 minutes we spent on this part only, what this company does, what its plans, what's the impact of it will be on the company. Now let's jump on the fundamental points. So this company is small cap company, around 3,623 crores, and this is only with this current market cap. I'm repeatedly saying it's only 2.5 gigawatts right now, as you saw here, and it will be 2.5 gigawatts. It will be done 4 times now when they complete the entire expansion plans. That will take at least 2 years, 1 or 2 years, and by that time it will be completely done. So in 2 years you will see this market cap can become 4 times, and similarly we can see also the share price going through the roof for this company. Stock P is also not bad for a company. It is monopoly 40.4. That's a very good stock P. ROC, RO is attractive 9.4 and 19. It's a good ROC. Promoter holding is 61.8%. Debt is only 61 crores, where net profit is 89 crores. That means this company is virtually debt-free company. So, company which is an expansion plan and being debt-free in the same time, it's a rarely seen scenario in this kind of company. That's a very good point. If you see quarterly sales in last 4 quarters, this company is doing great. 54, 114, 140, 194. Everything has been very good. Profit-wise, this company's first quarter is loss, then 14, 11, 67. Very good growth in terms of profitability also. If we see profit loss statement, this company registered highest ever sales in the last financial year, and same thing goes for net profit also. They have registered highest ever net profit in terms of, second highest net profit in terms of the entire 10 years. But if you see the net profit in the year 2017, a lot of money came from other income. So we need to exclude this particular thing, excluding this particular 2017 year. Then the profit what they have generated, highest ever profit. And if you see the shareholding pattern, then this company shareholding pattern, if you see, only 61.78% is their promoters, and very small amount of percentage of DIIs and FIIs. I don't know the reason why the FIIs and DIIs sold out there a lot of stake from their portfolio, 6.99 to only 5.26, and 1.94 to almost 0.04. That's a huge reduction. I don't have any reason for that right now. Probably need to see what is the reason behind all this. But whatever they have sold were consumed by the Indian domestic retail investors. So the public investor has increased to 29.24, from 29.24 to 32.92. So that's a good increment in terms of public shareholding. That means public has good confidence on the company. Retail investors good confidence on the company. This is what the fundamentals look like. We'll just to jump to technical charts. I'll show you something. So this company is in a stagnant phase from beginning of the year, almost till 31st December it was there. After this company fell, and it's moving in this range. Nothing much happened. But before this, if you see, this company was continuously growing. It was upper circuit, and then lower circuit, and continuously growing from this part. So almost from the price of 25, this company has reached a price of around 278. This was around 315 rupees. That's a tremendous 15-time growth. And now this company is in a particular dormant phase. But we don't have a reason to see why these companies are growing, because everything from fundamentals to capex plan and everything looks very good. The moment these factories get set up and the moment the sales revenue starts reaching more and more, there will be a good rally in this stock. And I cannot give a definite target because we don't have a chart pattern here. It's only based on the company's fundamentals and future plans. So there's no target as such, but keeping all these things in mind and the time frame for which this company is not rallying, there is very good possibility that this company can start rallying at any point in time, and there will be no stoppage for this particular company by virtue of the sector what this company is operating, and also by virtue of the capex plans and everything what this company has. And I'm telling again, this company has got very strong fundamentals, also being in this kind of business where it takes a lot of money, a lot of investment to create a good impact. So this was my analysis. It was more a fundamental analysis than a swing trading analysis. So if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends on social network, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified whenever I publish any video. And if you have any comments for me, good, bad, whatever, please let us know in the comment section, so that will help us to put more videos and improve the quality and modify our content for you to help you better to reach your financial goals. Thank you so much for watching. See you later in the next video. Stay happy, stay safe.